You had never worn hiking boots before, let alone desert boots. You had never used poles before. You had never used or even heard of the concept of having a drink bladder in your hip bag filled with electrolyte water. Yet, you approached me and said, Sonia, I heard about your Namib desert expedition and I want to come. What happened during that expedition was remarkable. And the lady that described herself as Little Lynn from Singapore entered the desert, entered a totally unknown everything, pushed yourself out of your comfort zone so drastically that you almost had to throw up on day one. But out of the desert came not Little Lynn. We left her in the desert. Out of the desert came a strong, powerful, radiating woman. And how that happened and what happened there, we'll talk about. But first of all, a very warm welcome to this episode of the Phoenix Mindset Podcast, recorded at Nankuse Lodge here in Namibia. We're just having a relaxing, well-earned break after the expedition. Tomorrow we're off, you to Singapore, me back to Austria. And I'm super excited to have Lynn Guo here, my friend from Singapore. You're actually Chinese, but we met in Singapore and you've been in Singapore for 20 years. So you combine the beauty of both Singaporeans as well as Chinese. And I'm super grateful not only to have you here on the podcast, not only to have you had on the expedition, but to call you a friend. So very warm welcome to you, Lynn.
Thank you, Sonia. Thank you for having me. Yeah, it's a beautiful Sunday and we are here so relaxed. I'm so grateful I decided to buy this birthday gift for myself. I can't imagine I done this together with remarkable women from around the world.
Yeah. And when you signed up, did you have any idea what you were getting yourself into? I mean, we talked about it and you had some idea that it was going to be far outside your comfort zone and far outside from everything you'd ever done before. What was your expectation beforehand and what happened when you actually arrived?
Yeah, it was my first time hiking for 5 days and first time use hiking boots and first time use trekking pole and a lot of first time.
You had a lot of firsts in the desert. And I mean, let's share it openly. On the first day, we had a lot of international ladies there that no one had done an expedition before, but some of them have a lot of experience in the mountains, hiking. You had none of that. How did you feel when you realized, shit, this is a lot of new stuff we're doing here and just organizing your gear, camping for the first time in a tent?
Yeah.
How did that feel?
When I first time saw your packing list, wow, 30 minutes YouTube. It's massive for me.
Yeah, so we had a packing list and the YouTube video to really explain every single item, why we need it, what it is, and I think you were overwhelmed.
Yeah, but it's wonderful, very detailed, and many items. I think it's the first time I have it. It's really first time. Even I don't have in Singapore.
No, and some of the things you couldn't even get there, like the boots. I got those in Europe for you.
I know. Thank you so much for helping me to get that. For me, I signed up for this program. I thought I want to do something meaningful for myself. I want to do something spiritually, physically, mentally to challenge myself and to remember. It's a beautiful experience and it's a challenge.
Yeah.
I think I grew a lot, become more brave.
Oh, yes. You grew into a powerful lady. I mean, you were a strong, powerful lady in many regards already, because you came from China at a very young age. You did not have an easy childhood. Do you want to say 2-3 words about your childhood, just briefly? Because when we were at Penduka, and we'll get to that later, when we were with the local community women, and one of them, you were talking to one of them, and she shared how tough her life. You just looked at me and said, I don't think she understands that my life was just as tough.
Yeah, yes.
Maybe say a few words to your background.
Yeah.
You come from a very simple rural background in China.
Very simple, simple life. My mom left at my age 5. I grew up with my father. My father working all the time, and I feel I have to do parenting for myself. So
from like you were 5 years old, and you basically had to be your own mother, your own parents.
Yes. But I feel my father did the best they can do, which I learned the resilience and the patience. I want to learn, I want to grow, and I want to become better person. I want to become more mature. I remember since young, I want to wear something more mature clothes and don't let other people thinking I'm a little girl.
Yeah, but inside, sometimes you still were a little girl that was hurt, that was trying to please everyone and never allowed herself to ask for help.
Yes.
Because also Chinese culture is very much about being strong and not ever showing weaknesses. Worse than German culture, actually. And I lived in China for many years as well, and I love the Chinese culture, I love the Chinese people, but for kids, it's a tough life growing up in China.
Yeah. In Chinese culture, our parents don't say "I love you," or I even get a very good results for my study. I'm so excited to tell my father. He said, I
Never
don't
any
feel
praise.
it's the way I feel I'm not important. So I learned how to say yes and learn how to work harder to get my father's attention.
Yeah, and to never ask for help. And during that first day in the desert, a few of the ladies struggled because it was tough. The temperatures were actually really good. We had rain on day 1, which was amazing. But all of a sudden being out there, realizing that we're going to be out in the heart of the Namib desert, hundreds of kilometers away from civilization for a few days. And we've got to cross the oldest desert in the world on foot, 120 kilometers. That's overwhelming. And the first one that struggled a little bit was Catherine, because she didn't drink enough and she didn't realize how little she was drinking, despite the many times we all said, let's drink. And it was good that it happened, because she realized, wow, you don't drink, you get a headache instantly. And within half an hour, she was totally fine again.
Yes.
Then Maggie struggled a little bit, and we did another podcast about it. And she had a moment where everything got too much and even her stomach revolted. And then you had your moment.
Yeah.
What happened? And no, actually before you went down, I asked you and I said, how are you? What did you say?
I said that I'm fine.
Yeah, and then I asked you again, because I could feel that it wasn't fine. And I asked you, are you really okay? And you said, yeah, I'm fine. Because that's something that a lot of women do. Never show weakness. Never show weakness. Always say, I'm fine.
I don't want to make a team wait for me. And I feel, after you ask me again, actually I feel my whole body don't have the energy and I feel a little bit vomiting. I think I have a little bit fear, and also I didn't drink enough water.
Yeah, you didn't drink it because you didn't like the electrolytes. And yeah, I have to admit, some of them taste really bad. We don't use that many, but some brands just don't taste nice. But rather than saying, hey, mine tastes really bad, I need to change, you just stop drinking as well.
Yeah. Yes.
And then what happened?
After I feel the care And
so you actually went down.
Yes.
You were sitting down, and all of a sudden you had the feeling like you needed to vomit, and that often happens when all of a sudden things get too much. The whole system just says, "I've had enough." So you were sitting there, you were shaking a bit, you felt like you had to vomit, and then what happened?
And our doctor Maya came over, and she was so calm, and so she's very professional with so much love. And after she asked me everything okay, and add a little bit plain water, and asked me what I want, I said maybe apple. Actually, after 30 minutes, I feel really much better.
Yeah, and
I feel the love, the care.
Everyone was standing around. We lifted one of the scarves to make shade for you.
Yeah.
And how did that feel to see that no one was upset with you, but everyone was just totally okay looking after you?
Yes, I feel the love from the teamwork. I feel we are a team. I'm not alone.
Yeah.
I feel everyone with so much caring and love. I received the love and I touched.
Yeah.
After 30 minutes, I feel my energy came back.
Yeah. And gosh, it came back. Because you're actually very fit, and you're not just fit physically, but you're also very strong mentally. But that was also a moment, and I think it's fair to say that sometimes when there's too many new things bombarding us, the system just gets overloaded. And it's the same in the desert as it is in a work situation or at home in life. When too many new things happen and we don't know how to deal with them, the system just shuts down.
Yes. Yeah, it is. But when I readjust, I think everything's mindset. When I focus on every step, I breathe, I pause, and I feel each step actually I enjoy. And the view is remarkable, so beautiful. It's my first time in Namibia. Wow.
First time in Africa, first time in Namibia, first time in the desert, first time on an expedition, first time in hiking boots, first time with poles, first time also in a group of women where you were the only Asian this case. This time, the first expedition was almost only Asian. This one, for some reason, you were the only Asian. And it's also, everyone loved you, but sometimes it's a bit awkward when you're the only one that's slightly different.
Yeah.
And it adds to this feeling of needing to adjust.
Yes.
But you actually, and it touches my heart so deeply, you found your mummy in the desert.
I know. She's so lovely, and I feel really real human connection.
Yeah, and Astrid from Germany, her English is simple. Let's just say it as it is. But she has the most beautiful energy, and the way she talks and communicates is not from an intellectual, I need to get the sentence right. It's pure love and pure heart. And the two of you found each other.
Yes.
And you actually call her mommy now.
Yes. And I have a moment, the first day I wasn't feeling well. She was knee down and to give me the love. And I feel she's so really a lot of love and caring for me. Pure. And it's not about the language. It's about the heart-to-heart connection.
Yeah.
And I really feel she's the love which many years I was looking for, the mommy I want to have. I'm so glad I had.
I've got tears now. And I think it meant the same for her as well, finding you, finding that beautiful spirit that you have. Oh, sorry. Astrid is a beautiful soul, and the fact that you two connected so powerfully, so beautifully, it's amazing. And when I told her that it's not normal for an Asian to say mummy to a slightly older European woman, she also had tears in her eyes, because she didn't know if it was just something you say out of respect because she's a bit older than you, but that it actually means a lot for you to choose those words to call her mommy.
She have really unconditional love to a lot of our teammates, especially for me. She's really caring.
Yeah.
It's a very special gift she have. Yeah, I'm so blessed.
Yeah, and she was also so happy to have found you with your spirit. And the two of them, I mean, this is seriously, okay, no comment now from your side, but those two are crazy dancers. Like in the middle of nowhere, all of a sudden they start dancing. Astrid throws her legs up in the air and she's 67 years old. Lynn, 44 you are?
Yeah.
And those two are dancing in the desert. They're dancing at camp. It's like, wow, just the energy. And when we were then back in civilization and the local communities, I mean, the African people just have a vibe that we can't match. But the two of you just joined the groups of African dancers and you were moving with them.
Yeah, I think we both have a similar, we love dance, we love music. And that's why I think she likes me. I like her very much.
That's not the only reason.
Much more deeper. Yeah.
So during those 5 days, so day one, you really struggled. You then received all the love from the team and you understood that it's okay to not be okay. From then on, I also never asked you again if you were okay or fine. I asked you on a scale from 0 to 10. What level are you at? How difficult was it for you initially to admit that maybe you aren't an 8 or a 10, but that you were maybe on a 6 or 7? How difficult was that in the beginning?
Beginning quite hard. I don't want to make everyone wait for me if I'm saying I'm only 5. But after I follow my heart, I think it's very important for you to check in everyone how is feeling. So you told me have to follow my heart. And I said I'm 7, which I want to speak from my heart, my head. Have to be one. And real.
Is that something where you say you will take that into your life after the desert, that you will openly admit if you're not feeling 100%?
Yes. I want to be harmony with myself. I want to be balanced with myself. And I also want to be real to myself. Thank you for giving me guidance during the walk. And that's very powerful conversation. And you observe me and everyone. That's really special gift.
A lot of coaching in the desert. Desert coaching.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's a process. I mean, it's so much more than the expedition through the desert. It's an expedition to yourself, to your deepest hurts and pains, and to yourself, to your inner self.
Yes. And also the second day and third day, we wake up very early.
And you're not a morning person.
No, I'm an evening.
You're a night owl. You can dance all night. But for Lynn to get up at 4:30, yes, there was some concern. And let's be honest, the first day you really struggled to get up.
Yes.
But what happened then was so beautiful, because a few ladies offered their support. Like Caroline said, you know what, Lynn, let's pack your little hip bag the night before so you don't have to worry about anything in the morning. Astrid put her alarm clock and so a lot of people stepped up without you having to ask them. And they just said, you know what, we're a team, we'll help you. And that's just like in normal life. Some people have strength here, others have it there. And you are not a morning person. But you managed so well. And I think you also received so much love and gratitude and joy when people saw that, hey, Lynn is ready. No one really believed it. But how did that feel when everyone was celebrating it?
Yeah. I love Caroline. She's from UK, but working in UN in US. And she's really great leader. And she just asked me, hey, Lynn, fill up the water, before you sleep. Even she helped me.
Yeah, and she's very organized. I mean, she's been with the army, with the British Army, and with the United Nations for many, many years. So she's very accustomed to outdoor life, to that kind of experience. So for her to prepare that the night before, is something she just knows how to do. But it was so beautiful to see how everyone was stepping up and supporting each other, and how she just said, you know what, Lynn, I'll help you. And she was also introducing you to the concept of navigation. And that actually also took away a lot of responsibility from my shoulders, because I didn't have to explain navigation to everyone. We sort of had, in one of our pre-calls, our preparation calls, we had the whole navigation talk, but it's totally different once you're in the desert. When it gets real and you've got the navigation device in your hand and the radio, and it's like, shit, I'm now leading the team through the desert. And it's always a team of 2 or 3 people in your case. But it was so beautiful how Caroline said, you know what, let me take some time and explain it to you in detail, because you've never had to use a navigation GPS device before. I mean, you had no clue. You've never used the radio.
No, I don't have.
Were you scared?
Yeah, yes. And Caroline told me how to use that. And also for me to navigate, it's a little bit scary, and I can feel my fear because we have 12 ladies behind us to be lead, to be able to the first step.
Yeah.
It's a little bit scary for me, but
it's a big responsibility, because if you choose the wrong path, everyone has to do a big detour. I mean, there's never a risk of totally getting lost, but it could easily add another 4 or 5 kilometers to the day, and the days are very long already.
Yes, but I'm really grateful for her, the guidance.
And how did it work for you doing the navigation in teams, not alone?
I have Veronica in my team as well, and also my mommy. So I just watch Veronica and my mommy walking step by step. They are both 67.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I'm the youngest in the team. They really inspire me. How to be strong, how to lead. They're both just beautiful example.
Beautiful examples and beautiful souls. And everyone in that team, in our group, was so different. Like some super high energy, some very calm energy, very different backgrounds, and still united in that same spirit of growth, of love, of transformation, and of just diving deep into that experience of the expedition.
Yes, I learn not only through the walk, I also learn from our team.
Yeah. And a lot of the times, the biggest lessons are from each other. And it's, yes, I do some individual coaching during the trip, but sometimes it's also you hear one sentence from someone else and you realize, that's it. Or you see someone do something and you realize, wow, if they can be so strong and still be vulnerable enough to say, hey, I'm not feeling great at the moment at that age, you can do it as well.
Yes, especially in the 4th day and last day, both.
The 4th day was really challenging. That's our longest and toughest day.
Was very cold, and
in the morning,
also,
it was freezing.
Yeah, I feel we are walking in the dark.
We're walking in the dark, and we turned it into a polar expedition. Was actually, I think it was 11 degrees in the morning when we left, and we had thick fog.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. We see the sunrise, and I have a little moment. I feel I get some awakening moment.
Mm-hmm.
I call the mountain. Okay, we call the
dunes.
The dunes. I can see how deep, and I also cannot see how high because it's quite dark.
Dark and foggy. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's intimidating. Yeah. Just like in life when you don't really know where you're going and you can't see clearly.
Yeah. But sometimes we have to focus on each step and have to making decision, and the answer will come. Yeah. And slowly we will have a clarity. I just feel my heart bumping, and but then I say, okay, don't worry, just focus on each step, and the fear disappeared. And my faith, it's very strong, and I don't feel any fear. I just feel very strong. Every step, I feel I'm walking in the mission. I know we are going to arrive, and I don't feel tired. I feel I have full of energy, and I just feel I can do this.
And the funny, the beautiful, not funny, the beautiful thing is, on day 4, you did that on your own. The fear came, and it's totally normal. That happens in everyone's life regularly. When the fear comes, you just stop for a second, you breathe, you focus on that one next step, and you breathe, and the fear disappears.
Yes.
And then we made it to the big peaks, and we even climbed the beast. We conquered the beast. It's a massive dune, and it's challenging.
Yeah, but the view is magnificent, so pretty. Wow.
And that feeling of actually like when we are standing down there and you look up at the top of the dune, you think you're never going to make it.
If only by myself, never happen.
No.
It's the team, it's the energy, and it's all your preparation for our whole support team. That's so beautiful. Yeah, I'm very grateful.
Yeah.
And I can imagine I can climb on the top of the dunes.
Yeah. And now you've done it. How do you feel after? Oh, let's talk about day 5. Because day 5 was rather special as well. So last year during the expedition, we had the biggest heat wave that hit Namibia in almost 100 years. And it was tough. It was extremely tough. We had temperatures up to almost 50 degrees. And yeah, it was challenging. It was tough. This year, it was relatively cold in comparison. Like we had 2 mornings with thick fog where it was only 11, 12 degrees and we were wearing our down feather jackets. And there had been a lot of rain. Day 1, we had rain during the expedition. And on day 5, something occurred that has not happened in that area for minimum 30 years, that my partner Volker, and he is the first concession holder of only 4 concession holders in the Namib Desert. So he's been there the longest. And in the 30 years that he's been there, he has never seen water in the salt pan that we're crossing towards the end of our expedition. So what was that like? Like we're getting there and we knew that there might be some water. And we knew at the time we reached it that there was no way we could walk around because it would have added minimum another 10 kilometers. And that would have been too long. So we had to walk through the through the sand, through the water. The water was under knee-high, but it was interesting to walk through water, through salty mush underneath. How did you feel? And what was that first feeling of, we've got to go through the water?
Yes, that's very beautiful ending. I was doing the navigation with Maggie, another teammates.
Yeah, one that also had a massive transformation.
Look like a very short, but when I look the navigation map, actually it's 4 kilometers.
Yeah.
And we don't know how deep.
Yeah.
Little bit fear coming back again.
Yeah. And also maybe we can add, you and Maggie, you had both struggled on day 1. And on day 1, you both had a moment where you had said and thought, I'm going to stop here. I cannot do this. This is too much. And you both came out so strong. So the 2 ladies that wanted to give up on day 1 were powerfully leading with such beautiful energy and spirit on day 5 going into the water. So yes, you had a bit of fear, but then you both overcame it and we hiked through the water. What happened? Like, what was the feeling within you when you conquered also that challenge? And it was a challenge.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for asking. I'm sure for work or for our daily life or in our corporate job, sometimes we need to make tough decisions. When we're facing the water, we also discuss, shall we go right or shall we go left or shall we go straight?
Straight through the water. Yeah.
We have a team discussion. You was mentioning about if we go right, maybe more than 10 kilometers. If we go left, also around 10 kilometers. Everyone hungry, we need to have a lunch. So go straight is the shortest distance. At the end, we think about, also Caroline was mentioned, just water. Maybe the boots will be wet. Yeah. Maggie was so strong. She was walking like a very fast at the front.
She was powerful. And so also powerful. There was no chance of getting picked up by the cars because that was quicksand and the salt pan, which was so wet that the cars could not get there. So there was no way that we could. So sometimes you only have a very limited amount of options. And we had limited amount of options. We really needed to weigh out which one was the best solution. Mm-hmm. And it's beautiful to have powerful navigation leaders at that moment. And I also stepped in and I just stood on it and showed that I'm not going to sink in. I'm not going to die. It's only just water.
Yeah. Of course, it's the beautiful way Atlantic Ocean to welcoming us at the end of the walk. In my heart, I know we are going to arrive at the end of our lunch location. It's better to wear the shoes because we don't know, maybe there's a sharpened
there's heaps of shells. We would have cut our feet really badly. So we had to keep wearing our boots.
Yes.
And yes, they got wet.
Yeah. But at the end, we are very lucky and we are very blessed. And with our determination, everyone smiled and we did.
Yeah, and it's an expedition.
It's not scary.
No, and it's part of an expedition to have to overcome challenging situations and unforeseen situations.
Yeah.
So the lady that actually then after a good big lunch made it those last kilometers to the shipwreck of the Edward Boleyn. Those last kilometers we walked in silence in a big line. We were all walking next to each other, very powerful spirit. What were your thoughts there just before we reached the Edward Boleyn, the Atlantic Ocean, the moment where we had actually made it? What were your thoughts there?
I love the last part, so powerful. The silence, the line, we walk with the same belief, the energy. In my inner conversation, I ask myself, what's the reason why I'm here? I want to overcome. I want to go to next level. I want to have a breakthrough. Every answer was so clear. I love the answer. And I feel so powerful. There's fear disappeared. I really enjoy the silent walk.
Yeah. And you left little Lynn in the desert.
Yes.
A beautiful, powerful, strong woman emerged.
Yes. I feel the silence. I feel the connection with myself. I feel more stronger, more brave. I'm very happy I came for this event. It's the best gift for myself.
Oh.
It's really, I'm very appreciate the whole, how you manage everything and
thank you.
All the details. Every detail taken care of, and you are looking all the ladies and with your love and compassion. So I feel I healed from this journey, and I don't have anything to be fear of. I just need to focus on each step and to pause and to ask for help, and everything will be clear.
Yep.
And I feel I'm really strong.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. And it's been such a pleasure having you on the team with your spirit, with your energy, with your vulnerability also. And with that immense smile. And I had a few very powerful moments also during those last days. So after the expedition, we then go to a women's initiative, Penduka, where we dive deep into the local community and help those that need it the most. And we spend quite some time in the slums as well, in the townships, they call them here. And the way you, Lynn, connected with the local women, with the children, the way you just picked them up and hugged them, and the way they started smiling, it was powerful. It was powerful, and I think it also inspired a lot of the other ladies in the team to not be afraid to connect, to just hug and overcome borders of color, of race, of background, but to just share the love.
Yes. I'm very grateful for you to invite all the ladies to have a chance to meet Penduka ladies. Penduka, I love the name. It's called
Wake Up.
Wake Up.
In
so
Oshivambo
beautiful
language.
Yes, and we also had a chance met one of the founder.
Yeah, Christine. Christine, she founded it 33 years ago, and it's a safe haven for many ladies that would have a very different life, and they still have very simple lives, and they live in brutally simple conditions, but at least they're safe. And the work we do there, the help we can provide, is something that's very, very close to my heart, and an important part of the expedition, to end it by giving back.
Yeah.
And it's not just giving back, we actually receive so much back from them as well.
You've been doing this for so many years. Every year you go back to Penduka. That's beautiful. I can feel the ladies love you very much, and
so do I.
The smile is just so beautiful, and I love the really human connection, and to be able to give our time to serve and to connect and to see the hope and to share our little bit, but for them it's a lot.
Yeah, like you, for example, you bought months worth of diapers. So with some of the ladies, we went to a shopping mall and we bought glasses for them because they can't see properly and they constantly have headaches. They can't do their work properly. So we gave them glasses, prescription glasses. And we also went to a shop where we could buy diapers. And last year we met Meme Esther's handicapped daughter, Depandula, very beautiful little girl that's heavily handicapped and can't sit properly and needs diapers. And it's a big burden. And being handicapped is tough enough, but being handicapped in a country where there's no medical support and where you live in a very simple tin shed in deep poverty, that's a different story. So we went and bought some more diapers. So last year we bought a year's supply, and that had actually run out. So Lynn bought this massive trolley, and sorry to say it again, behind that mountain of diapers, you looked like little Lynn again, but just physically. Just physically, because you could hardly push that trolley because it was so full of diapers. And the love you got back also from, not just from Meme Esther, the adoptive mother of Depandula, but also from the other children there, the way they hugged you, the way they thanked you. How did that feel?
I want to do more. And I think if everyone we can serve, the world will be a better place.
Yeah.
We are same. I come from single parent, and if we are able to serve, I think that's really beautiful to see the smile, to give a little hope.
Yeah.
Even they are very challenging to have a water. They need to carry the bucket to get the water.
So they have these water dispensers that are supplied by the city of Windhoek, and they have a little card that they can charge. and then they put it in and they can collect water, but they still need to carry it to their little homes. And it's tough life, and they don't have heating, they don't have aircon. So in summer it gets really hot. During the days it gets really hot, and in winter. So this year they had one of the toughest winters ever. They had 6 degrees only. Oh. And in a little, I mean, they don't have insulation. They just have very, very thin tin wall, well, like metal walls. It's freezing cold.
Yeah.
So the jacket you wore in the desert, that is now actually with Olivia, one of the other ladies. Oh, isn't she just so wonderful?
She's
deaf Olivia,
beautiful.
Who has exactly your figure. And you passed it on. And I got that jacket years ago from a wonderful, really lovely Russian friend who gave it to me with very good intentions, but I think he misjudged my size a bit. So I actually never wore it because it was simply too small. You were wearing it in the desert and you were very grateful when it was so cold to wear that jacket.
Oh.
And now it's with Olivia and she wears it with pride.
Yes, she's so happy to have this jacket and will keep her body warm for the winter.
Yeah.
She's lovely.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Lynn, for sharing your story. Is there maybe one last sentence, one last message you want to share with the listeners?
I want to share, thank you so much for having me for this program. And it's really changing my life. Become stronger, believe in myself. Anything come, I'm able to face and carry to the next step. It's okay to have a fear, and it's okay to ask for help.
Yes.
I feel so grateful to be joining this international women's group. You are amazing.
Thank you. So are you.
And
it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the team.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And to you, have a look at the expedition. If those words speak to you, if that's something where you say this could be something for you, the link is in the show notes. Have a look at it, check it out. And if you feel this is right, let's get on a discovery call and let's see if this could really be your next step as well. And if Lynn can do it, and
you
come
can do
out
it
so strong. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but if someone who's never done anything in that direction before, maybe you can do it as well. Thank you very much, and thank you for joining us here at Nankuse. And I think now that the sun is setting so beautifully, we're about ready to have dinner.
Yes.
And by the way, this morning we did something so cool. We went on a cheetah walk with 3 cheetahs.
My first time as well.
Again, another first time. Lynn was hiking with 3 cheetahs, 3 orphan cheetahs that have to be kept in captivity, but it means that they can actually live. And they're relatively friendly, used to humans. So we had a pretty cool moment hiking with the cheetahs.
Yes. You know, I feel our life is limitless.
Limitless.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's even not the sky. I think it's our mindset. If we can overcome, believe ourselves, everything is possible.
Well, let those be the final words.
Thank you for having me, Sonia.
Thank you. Let me give you a hug.
Thank you.